With 4th of July almost here, I've been getting more questions than normal about what the wind farm situation is going to look like. And to be completely honest with you, the biggest question and concern that I have had is what visually will these turbines look like once they're all complete? So in today's video, I want to take you through some recent visualizations of what these are likely to look like, because in my past video, again, I had mentioned that I have seen visualizations where it's going to look like the apocalypse, which don't seem quite real, as well as the opposite end of the spectrum saying you're not going to see them ever. And I figured the truth was somewhere in the middle. So let's take a look at what is likely to happen. The first thing I want to mention is that all of these came directly from BOEM's website. That is the government organization who is responsible for overseeing all of this, approving the ocean leases and everything. So this has been years in the making. And I want to be crystal clear about, again, this is the first time that I have seen these just yesterday. So looking through the ones provided for specifically Ocean Wind 1, which if you are not familiar with what's going on, is the project that is going to be most closely aligned to Ocean City and the one most visible from Ocean City. That's going to be the first document. Then I'm going to take you through a second one from the Atlantic Shores side of things. That is going to be closer to the Atlantic City Brigantine side, but the perspective is different. They took it from two different locations, two different vantage points in these documents, and I think there is a very clear differentiator that we're going to see here. So number one, this particular document did not say, and it did not have any guidance on how to scale on screen so that you could see everything appropriately. The second one did. So this is a little bit of guesswork. This is taken from Corson's Inlet State Park. That's way down the south end of the island, looking north. So this should show, and there are different pages in here. I'm going to post links to these down in the description if you want to see them directly. But there are going to be a couple different things I want to look at here. Number one, this being Ocean Wind is the first project we are going to see completed if everything goes through. And again, the county is still fighting their hearts out to stop this. And ultimately, time will tell what happens. But if we zoom in here, so we're likely going to need to zoom in a little bit and let it render. So you can see, it's a little glitchy, bear with me. You can see turbines, right? This is not invisible. Now, the scaling on this is going to be critical. And again, that's why I wanted to pull the second document, because it really gives you what is likely to be seen by the naked eye. These are very clearly visible, right? This is not the end of the world. This is just ocean wind. However, if we want to take a step back here and go on to the next page, and if this is small, again, I would highly encourage you to just take a look on your computer. Zoom as you see fit. Now, this one is going to be all future projects. So Ocean Wind is going to be the biggest one here, but you can see there are going to be more turbines off to the north. There are also some off to the further south. They're going to be far less visible than Ocean Wind, but they are still going to be visible. So that out of the way, let's dive into the one where, again, scale is appropriate. And I'm going to jump right in here. So this is from Gillian's. This is from 5th Street, 5th and 6th Street corridor in Ocean City. And the document off to the left, again, I don't want it to get all glitchy and jumpy again, but basically says, hey, look, if you're looking on a digital screen of any kind, zoom in until the measuring stick is actually 1 inch. That will give you an appropriate sense for what things are going to look like. So here we have it, right? And the coloring on this is different. This isn't the final rendering. This is more of a preliminary one compared to Ocean Wind. And this is really more oriented towards, again, the Atlantic Shores project, which is going to be done further north in the ocean off of Atlantic City. This one is a little less pretty to look at. And again, I think knowing that this one does have a scale that it's recommending it be viewed at on a digital screen, there's a reason that's there. The other one is a little bit more guesswork. And if I zoomed in even more on that Ocean Wind document, it didn't look too dissimilar from this. So again, this is not quite apocalypse level of what it's going to look like, right? They're not 2 feet off the shoreline. This is certainly not invisible. Now, these are rendered on a crystal clear day, but I think the point holds, right? That there's going to be a visual impact to what we see off of our coast should these projects go through. My main goal is to bring you the facts and let you do with those facts what you will. This is not meant to be a scare tactic by any stretch. Again, I live here on the island. I'm not going anywhere. I have brought in the past, right, facts and figures that, historically speaking, from other projects similar to this, real estate values were not materially impacted. But that said, again, I think seeing this will hopefully help put you on one side of the fence or the other. I personally, again, don't want this project to be done. However, I'm a realist and understand that there's only so much that we can do to fight. And thankfully, there is a lot of fighting going on that is going to continue at the city and the county level. If you go basically over any bridge along the shore now, including Stone Harbor and Avalon, there are, I won't call them billboards, but those light up signs, basically just spreading awareness of all of this. So there are some additional news articles that have come out recently, ranging from exactly what fight is going on, the different attorneys and legal sides of things that are now being put into play at the local and the county level. There's also some state level news, basically, that the legislature in the state of New Jersey is considering essentially letting the developer here off the hook for a very large sum of money that they're contractually obligated to basically return. It was a tax rebate, and they're considering letting the company keep it, with the hope or thought or expectation that there will be additional infrastructure investment done with that. So there's a lot of noise that is going to continue coming up from this. Again, 2024 is creeping up, and that is really the intended start date for Ocean Wind. So we will have to see again over the next 6 to 8 months what exactly transpires. Is the fighting successful? We will see. I sure hope it is. But again, I want to be able to prepare you for what may come. So again, the links to both of these documents are down in the description. You can certainly visit the site and download them yourself. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, let me know, and I'd be happy to chat. If you have any specific conversational type questions, you can always drop them in the comments as well. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.